everyone, Scott or the Scottman, and we're here to do a drive video today. We're not going to be heading north on I-75. Well, we just were, but we're going to be continuing on US Highway 23. We're going to be heading northeast today. We'll be taking this from I-75 up to about M-65. Which is going to be somewhere between Standish and Au Gres, Michigan. I'm going to be heading to the Tawas area today. Want to film a video or two up there, and in addition, it's like, yeah, I want to use up my tripod and also my gorilla pod, aka the Scott pod. I think it'd be cool to do a little bit of photography up there too. So I haven't used my tripod a lot lately, at least since the Atlanta trip. So I figure, why not get that out today? So US Highway 23, once you get north of Bay City and Pinconning, this is where, well, one, it branches off I-75 because it runs concurrently between this area all the way down to like just south of Flint near Flint Bishop Airport. And US Highway 23 runs for the most part right along Lake Huron, serving the communities of Standish, Au Gres, Tawas City, East Tawas, and then Oscoda, heading to Harrisville and Alpena, eventually to Rogers City, Sheboygan, and then concluding up at Mackinac City, where it rejoins I-75 just before the Mackinac Bridge. But yeah, it is a beautiful day out today. Got fair skies out right now. It's supposed to be perfect weather. It's like highs in the 70s today, or like between 20-25 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be perfect, although it might be a little cooler along Lake Huron, just because the winds are coming out of the east. So it's going to be bringing some of the cooler lake air ashore. And up here is where 23 is no longer a freeway as we kind of merge along with M13, although M13 ended back there, as it begins just the highway portion going all the way up to, well, eventually Mackinac City, although I-75 is the fastest way to get to Mackinac. This is more of a scenic tour for heading north, as this goes more along Lake Huron. Man, about another mile and a half, we will be coming into the first city along 23 up here in northeastern Michigan, well, the Lower Peninsula, that is. We're heading into Standish. Standish is it's the first community you go through on 23 on your way up to the northern part of the state. So it's a great stop to, like, if you need to fill up your gas tank, stop and get some food or something, or even stop at the grocery store. Because as you can tell, you got your dollar store, you got a Tractor Supply Company, you got fast food restaurants, Arby's and Burger King. And if you want to buy a new car, you can stop at Ford. Although it'd probably be there for a while because there's a lot of paperwork you have to fill out. And then, yeah, that Shopko store, I think, looks like it's closed down, because I think they not only filed for bankruptcy, but I think they're closing down for good. Although, yeah, there is a Family Fair supermarket, though, we just passed, so that's a grocery store you can stop at if you need to get groceries on your way up to the northern part of the state. too. So I don't see too many of those anymore. Could probably get over. And the main business district for Standish is off to the right at this traffic light. Although there's not really much of one. Oh, it looks like a little farmer's market. And if you're going west at that traffic light on M-61, that'll take you back over to I-75. If you're going to I-75 north from Standish, that'd be your better option. And then M-61 past I-75, that'll eventually take you over to Gladwin. And then, yeah, as you saw, plenty of gas stations where you can stop and fill up your tank. Like I say, the rest of the way in this video is gonna be on the brighter side, so I do apologize about that, just because the sun's still rising this morning. And then, yeah, what's nice about this stretch of 23 is that it's a 4-lane highway, pretty much between here and M-65. Yeah, as you can tell, this is not gonna be a very long video today, but I figure why not do a little quick driving video on my way up. But it's like, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, when my parents and I used to go up to like East Tawas to spend some weekends and different things like that. I remember when this road was under construction, where I think they were expanding this from a 2-lane highway to the 4 lanes you see right now. But yeah, one thing I should probably mention, although probably by the time I upload this video, I would have done the trip already, but I'll go ahead and, because this video will likely go up before any of the videos, but I'll go on a review where my next destination is. And in a couple weeks from, as I'm recording this video, I'll be going to Nova Scotia. Although if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know. Because I would have posted pictures or Instagram stories from there by now. Yep, so it would be the 3rd Canadian province that I'd be visiting. Because up to this point, I've only been to Ontario and Quebec. Oh, 4th, sorry. Yeah, I've been to Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta. I keep forgetting about Alberta. But unlike the Great Canadian Road Trip I did last year, which is to Ontario and Quebec, Nova Scotia, I'll be flying there. Just because it'd take way too long to get over there. It's like, if I were to drive there, I'd have to first drive all the way over to Boston and then take I-95 all the way up through the rest of New England, up through Maine, and then cut over into New Brunswick. Over by, I think where St. John is, and then Moncton, and then come on into Nova Scotia. But yeah, since the Atlanta trip, haven't really done a whole lot of traveling. I would say this is probably the most this trip I'm doing today is probably the most I've done since then, because I've primarily just been around Metro Detroit. Well, as a matter of fact, I even filmed a video in downtown Detroit. 11 things to know about visiting Detroit, or downtown Detroit. So, yeah, if I remember, I'll try to post a link in the top right. If for some reason, if you don't see like a car at the top right, yeah, please feel free to write a comment in this video. That way it'll be a good reminder. It's like, oh yeah, I need to do that. summer was yesterday, and it was a perfect day to celebrate that. Although I had to work, it was nice and sunny. But yeah, it's been very wet here lately. Like a lot of the water, a lot of the rivers are really high, and also all the Great Lakes right now are, I think they're almost at record high levels right now, if not at record high levels, just because of all the snow melts, all the ice that was on the lakes this past winter, because it did get extremely cold in late January. Like enough to where even state government offices were even closed. And then at the same time, during the spring, we've had a lot of rainfall, even up in this part of the state, a lot of snowfall. Which, yeah, it's a great thing to have a lot of water in the lakes, because the lakes are very beneficial to the Michigan economy. But at the same time, you don't need the water levels too high to where you're starting to see some maybe beach erosion or even like lakeshore flooding. So I know, like down in Lake Erie, the communities of Luna Pier, or like Luna Pier, for example, between Detroit and Toledo, like they've been seeing a lot of lakeshore flood warnings and advisories. But yeah, the Great Lakes are really something, though. It's like, yeah, they control the weather here in Michigan, can keep things cooler in the summer or a little bit warmer in the winter compared to like the other parts of the upper Midwest. And it's a very important part of the Michigan economy. And right now we're about to enter the city of Omer. And this is Michigan's smallest city. What they mean by that is that it's the smallest city in the state of Michigan, I think, in terms of population, but it's considered enough to be a city and not a village. So as you can tell, it's not that large. And what's nice about Omer is that it has public access to the Rifle River, which we're about to go over in about like 5 seconds. The Rifle River is a pretty popular river for canoeing, kayaking, or if you're looking to ride on an inner tube and just enjoy the gentleness of the river. So yeah, now you'll really see the sun up in the sky since we're going due east now. But yeah, I don't think we have too much more to go, because M-65 is I don't know if it's halfway. I know it's between Au Gres and Omer. I think closer to Au Gres. But I can't recall, though. I could probably check my Android Auto with my car, because it has the map on here, which is really cool. Oh yeah, look at the map. It's coming up in a minute or two. So yeah, compared to my other driving videos, this is going to be a little bit shorter than the average, but why not? At some point, maybe on a future trip up to this area, or even like Alpena, I should maybe film the continuation between M-65 and Tawas City or something like that. Well, as a matter of fact, I still need to continue my videos on I-75 going north. I might be planning a trip to Mackinac maybe in early August or something, so I'll be able to get another video too of I-75 with that. approaching M-65 in about a mile, if not a little bit less. So M-65 north, that'll take you more inland. It's like a good bypass of the Tawas area. But if we were to stay on 23, that would take you, of course, in the Tawas City and East Tawas. So we'll be taking this up to the area near the Au Sable River. I'm surprised this lane didn't continue up to here, but oh well. So I'm going to want to turn to the left here. So thank you for watching this driving video here on US Highway 23, going from I-75 near Standish over to M-65 between Omer and Au Gres. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click that subscribe button to come on and join the adventure. Thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.